What's good with you folk, man? Um, this message is more so not so much about me, but it's more so it's about y'all, man. And it's pretty much to share your fucking story, man, or stories. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You never know what the hell someone could be going through within themselves. They could be fighting a whole bunch of battles within themselves, man. You know what I mean? Because they have no one to turn to, no one to count on, nothing. And then there you are, just chilling and just going about your damn day, and you have some stranger approach you, and they may even see you, you know, playing practicing playing basketball, and it may not even be just one person. It could be multiple people, and they're probably saying to themselves like, yo, this person has a whole bunch of handles. They're really good. The way how they see the game and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably gonna approach you if they're curious, and they'll be like, "Yo, how the hell did you get so good?" Share your story, yo. Or you could, or for the people, that may have been, you know, working 2 or 3 jobs. They was possibly in a relationship or marriage, and it didn't end so well, and now they have kids. And now they're here. You know, and they, through all the crying and all the hurt, they're here and they are well accomplished. Share your damn story, yo. Because I can promise you, there's somebody out there that's either going through the same shit that you was going through. You know, something very similar. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going through the exact same shit. It could be relationships, your job, getting a house, like I said from before, being so good in sports, whatever. Share your damn story, man. I um I remember when I was a kid, I didn't start soccer till I was 11 years old, you know, and I ended up joining playing for multiple different leagues, rec league, select travel, and a lot of people, were looking at me like, yo, how the hell did you get so good, man? And at the time, I was just 12 years old. I'm like, yo, dude, I only been playing this game for like a year. They thought I've been playing since I was 5 years old. I mean, nah, man. And some of those people I end up seeing, in high school or in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? And I got even more, even more better than the last time that they saw me. You know, and of course, they came up to me like, bro, what the hell you been on? You shouldn't be, this good or this fast when you're in your 30s. I'm like, and, I told them, you know, my trainer, routine. And I pretty much told him like the way who I am is that especially when it comes to soccer or football, all around the world it's called football, but here in the States it's called soccer. When it comes to that shit, I take that shit seriously. I'm not here to. I wasn't. I could. Really care less about the other people. It's more so to challenge myself to be better than who I was. You know, a couple of days ago or a couple of months ago. And I told him. multiple different people. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you one last story, yo. So, like I told y'all from before, that I have, everywhere I go, I have strangers and people come up to me like, you know, they find safety, within me, something that they never had, you know, and they asked me like, yo, how the hell did you know I was going through all this shit and where all these issues and shit come from? And I told them, depending on what it is, I'm like, yo, I know pain. I know what it's like when you have certain family members who just didn't want to listen to what you had to say as a child. Like they didn't validate your emotions or feelings, and you just couldn't be heard. And all you wanted to do was just be heard. And I told them. They asked me like, how the hell did you get? They also asked me like, how the hell did I was I able to think the way I do? And besides going through so many fucking trials, man, and challenges in my life because of the quote unquote tradition, or the way how children are being raised and the environments I was in. And then I told them, once I figured out that it wasn't working for me, I had to change the system, because this shit is it's just this is not it. So with all that, I continued, the last few years back on working out again, because I completely neglected, my body for like 10 years, and I would don't do that shit. As far as like working out, don't tell I'm telling you right now, don't. What if you whatever you choose to do, that's your life. But trust me when I tell you this shit. Coming from a 44-year-old brother, man, you absolutely need to take care of your goddamn body. Eating the right foods, making sure you're having the right drinks, working out, doing yoga, meditation, a walk in the park, whatever it is, you make sure you take genuine care of my body, of your body. To this day, I get people that think I'm in my 20s. I'm like, nah, dog. I'm in my 40s. I'm 44 years old, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Because, and not only that, is that all of the drama, and the chaos that's out there in the world, I stay away from that shit, man. I keep to myself. I stay in my fucking lane. You feel me? So regardless of, I said it before, earlier, regardless of what path people choose to go along in life, that's, for you. You do what you feel was best for you. I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do was best. I could give you some tools if you ask for it, if you ask for advice or suggestions, yeah. But I can't tell you what to do with your life. Yeah, that's something that you have to figure out on your own, man or woman. I will always tell them that, just like I'm telling y'all. And I'm no saint. I did some fucked up shit in my life, and I absolutely had to pay the price for it. But once I said enough is enough, that's when everything started to change. But, anyways, man, share your story, yo. Somebody out there may want to hear it. There's some people out there that need to hear that shit. Y'all take care of yourself out here, yo. And always keep your fucking head up, man. Be easy.